Good Monday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. It has been a while since I've been with you. I had some PTO to take here at the end of November and beginning of December, so I had a nice long little bit of time off, but now I'm back with you. And we have some improving weather to talk about. You know, it seems like we've been stuck in this pattern over the past few days, really, with the clouds, the soggy conditions, the cold conditions with high temperatures that have only been in the 40s the past few days. Well, today that changed a little bit. We made it into the lower 50s, which, yes, it's just a little bit milder, but it's still well below the average. We should be around 58 degrees for this time of year. So at least we're in the lower 50s, but still below the average. And this month has been a really cool month so far. We are trending about 7 degrees below average for the month of December already. So yes, it has been way below the average. So we have some improvements for you coming, and that is going to be with the temperatures trying to move up a little bit. We think by Wednesday and Friday, we're going to see temperatures up to average or maybe a little bit above average, just by a degree or so there for the middle of the week and also the end of the week. We're also going to see a little more sunshine. We actually saw some of that sunshine late this afternoon as those clouds were really slow to break up today, but by the afternoon hours, we did see some holes in those clouds every once in a while to give us a little bit of sunshine here and there. And now we're seeing a few clouds around during the evening, but still some clearing here during the evening hours. By morning, though, we may see a few more of those morning clouds and the potential for a little bit of fog around. We don't think it's going to be crazy fog like we had on Sunday morning when we had the dense fog advisory and the ground stop at Hartsfield-Jackson due to the visibility and the fog there. So here's what we're watching for your Tuesday. In the morning hours, maybe a few clouds around and fog, but we really think between about 8 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon, that's when we're going to be seeing that mixture of sunshine and clouds. It's not going to be a complete, clear, bright, sunny day all day long, but it's also not going to be an overcast, cloudy sky all day long, too. It's going to be a sun-cloud mixture, partly cloudy skies here through the day. Now, maybe a few more of those clouds in the morning and then a little more sunshine into the afternoon hours. So if you didn't have to find the sunglasses today in some of those peaks of sunshine, you'll need to find them for tomorrow because your eyes might even be like, whoa, that sun is really bright out there because your eyes haven't seen much of the sun here lately. So definitely find the sunglasses through the day tomorrow. So here's a look at what we're going to be watching here with that sunshine that's going to be breaking through off and on here during the day. That will, again, give us that partly cloudy sky. However, that sun will help those temperatures to warm up a little bit in the afternoon. Now, today's high was 51. We're thinking we're going to be in the lower 50s once again here for tomorrow, but it all depends on how much sunshine is able to break through. So even though we're talking about these temperatures moving from the 40s to the 50s, that is still well below the average, and you'll still need to have your coat. So keep it with you. Even though you see the sunshine, that doesn't mean you can throw the coat away for a while because it is still going to be rather chilly. Now, here's a look at the satellite and radar imagery. We don't have any echoes here for radar. No rain out there right now, but we are still watching the satellite imagery, which is indicating where we still have some clouds around. We watched those clouds break up today in metro Atlanta. We have mainly clear skies here now and over to the east of us, but to the north and to the west of us, a few clouds around. We'll have to watch for the potential for some spots to have some patchy fog. Again, we don't think it's going to be widespread dense fog, but just be aware early tomorrow morning, there could be some of that fog around. Here you can see where we're clear in Atlanta and clear over on the east side, but getting up into parts of Cobb County, over toward Douglas County, Paulding County, Haralson County, Polk County, Floyd County, into areas of Bartow County. That's where they are seeing a few more of those clouds that are out there tonight, blocking out the moon and the stars at times. And really around us, you can see a few more clouds back in Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, down in the Panhandle, also into the Carolinas, a few. of those clouds around, but we're actually seeing more holes in those clouds here over the state of Georgia. So we're lucky to see a little bit of that clearing. Here is a live view right now of our tower cam there at Truist Park. We have moved the camera over toward the battery and zoomed in really tight so you can see the Christmas tree there, and you also see folks getting their picture taken there in front of that beautiful tree there in the battery where you see the Atlanta Braves sign there too. But it is chilly. Those folks who are out there tonight walking around the battery I know they need to be bundled up a good bit too. Here is another view of the Christmas and holiday lights that you see up in the Blue Ridge area up in North Georgia, looking nice and festive. It is also chilly out there for tonight too, up in parts of North Georgia. And we have the very best view of the Northside Hospital tree there on top of the Northside Complex building, where our tower cam, all we have to do is just pan it over a little bit and we see the beautiful tree there. Of course, you can see it there at the intersection of Georgia 400 and 285 when you're driving by, but this is that close-up view as we have the camera looking right up there to the top with all of the lights there. And did you know that you can buy a symbolic light here on this tree or any of the Northside trees, and in memory or in honor of someone, and it benefits the Northside Hospital Foundation. And you can just Google the Northside Hospital Foundation or the Northside Christmas tree lights, and they'll tell you what you can do to donate, again, to have a symbolic light there in honor or in memory of someone that you know maybe needs some sort of recognition there. So that's a cool thing. And then here also is our view from our tower cam at Arizona Avenue there on the DeKalb-Fulton County line. Looking over toward the west, back toward Atlanta. You can see the skyline here looking nice. A few clouds there on the horizon, but also look in the sky. You can see a few of these stars indicating where we do have clear skies in some spots too. Here's the almanac showing that we did get up into the lower 50s today at 51 degrees, but even though that's better than the 40s, right? But it's still below the average. We should be around 58 for this time of 58 for this time of year. We've been mainly in the 40s though, but we should be in the upper 50s. Our low this morning was actually the average low was 40 for this time of year. This morning was 42. We're thinking we're going to be colder here overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, thanks to those clouds that are breaking up a little bit more that will allow for some more cooling that's going to take place. So you see that temperature this morning that never even made it into the 40s here in town. We were in the 40s, lower 40s at 1, 2, and 3 in the morning, and then 43 through 8. And then we started seeing those temperatures rising into those lower 50s here in the afternoon. I know the highest that you see here on these hourlies, excuse me, is 50 degrees, but we actually hit 51 for the high temperature out there for this afternoon. And right now, we are back into the 40s, barely into the 40s though. We're 40 degrees at this hour. We do have a lot of 30s though in the outlying areas. Now we're at 40, also lower 40s in Covington, Marietta, Athens. Rome is in the mid 50s right now, lower 40s on Dalton, but everybody else is in those 30s. We have a bit of a wide range of temperatures out there due to the differing cloud cover. Where we see more clouds around, those temperatures aren't as cool. That's most likely why it's 45 in Rome, 41 in Marietta. And then we even have temperatures near freezing right now up in the Clayton area, up in North Georgia, where it is 32 degrees right now. We do expect to get down to 32 here in Atlanta, and that's going to be highly dependent on any more development of morning clouds or maybe even some fog that could develop here during excuse me, the overnight hours. And then up to 39 at 10, by lunchtime 42, and then getting up to 50 in the afternoon. And even in the morning hours tomorrow, we'll see some of those morning type clouds, but it's going to be in those afternoon hours where we see a little bit more of that sunshine that's going to be breaking through, and that's going to help us get back up into those lower 50s. It gets even warmer though heading into Wednesday and then again on Friday, and I'll show you that here coming up in just a second. Meanwhile though, you can see that cloud cover tonight. A good bit of clear skies here in Atlanta, but watch by tomorrow morning, we may see a few more clouds trying to fill in, and again, the potential for some patchy fog around. So that's going to be highly dependent on just how cool those temperatures are actually going to get, or if we get cloud cover in here early enough, that will inhibit a lot of that cooling. So again, most likely in the 30s, some areas will be near the freezing mark. Then going into the lunchtime hour, still some of those clouds around, but it'll be mixing in with some of the sunshine here and there. And then by afternoon, we're thinking we'll see more sunshine. And That will help those temperatures get into the lower 50s. Then going into Wednesday morning, mainly clear skies here. Into the afternoon on Wednesday, a few of those clouds building in. But here you see that flow coming out of the south and the west. And as that pushes up into our area, that is going to help to bring us some warmer air. And we're thinking that on Wednesday, we'll get up to around 59 degrees. The average high for this time of year is 58. So if we hit 59, that'll actually be a little bit above the average by 1 degree. That's going to be kind of nice out there. Still not, hot or anything, but at least we'll be back to where we should be and even a little bit higher than that for this time of year. Thursday, notice another wind shift coming in here, coming out of the north and west. That is going to cool us down a few degrees, maybe back down to the mid-50s on Thursday. Then going into Friday, we're going to warm back up into the afternoon here on Friday with temperatures back up into the upper 50s, back up to around 59 degrees. Now, we are looking dry for the week ahead, and I'm going to widen out a little bit so you can see here what we're watching. Again, on Tuesday, a couple of clouds mixing in with the sun. Same thing on Wednesday. Thursday, a few clouds early, and then cooler air coming in briefly with that wind shifting a little bit. Then back to that southwesterly flow on Friday. That brings us back to the upper 50s at about 59 degrees. Now, going into the weekend, the models are not being consistent at all. We have gone from frigid air into the weekend with some models indicating we would have lows in the 20s and highs only in the 30s, now to temperatures looking milder. Also, we're going to be watching the potential for some moisture to come in for the weekend. As of right now, I'm holding off on any of this rain. This European model is showing some showers there on Saturday to the south of us. However, I do think that on Sunday, based on what we're seeing, and again, the models have been very wishy-washy as to what to expect here for this weekend. So please know, this is Monday. We're talking about Saturday and Sunday. Over the next 5 days, we're most likely going to have some more changes here in this forecast. But this forecast is based on what we're seeing right now. The European model has been a little more consistent with trying to bring in a few showers, mainly early on Sunday, and then those move away later in the afternoon. And then another front comes in, making it colder again into Monday with drier air that's going to be pushing into our area. So a lot to watch. Just because we're showing you what we think is going to happen here for the weekend 5 days out, again, today, Monday, we're talking about the weekend. I'm just letting you know there are most likely going to be some changes in that forecast once we see some consistency and once we watch these trends a little bit more in the models about what to expect here for the weekend. So here's a look at the low temperatures. Tomorrow, we're thinking 32 to start the day. And then generally, lows will be in the mid-30s here for the rest of the week. For Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 35, 36, 37 degrees for those morning temperatures. Then afternoon highs are going to be kind of up and down a little bit. We're talking lower 50s tomorrow. Then with that southerly and southwesterly flow on Wednesday, that's where we're going to be up into around 59. And again, notice this, 59 for the high. The average is 58. So that would be about a degree above the average. We have this next system coming in Thursday, shifting the wind briefly out of the north and west, cooling us back down to 54, then back up to 59 Friday. And then the temperatures for the weekend are also going to be a big question mark. The models now, depending on the amount of cloud cover and depending on how much rain moves in, the models have been trying to trend these temperatures up a lot more. A couple of models are even showing some 60s here for the weekend. But again, we'll watch those trends here as we get closer to it. So for the weekend, this is how it looks right now. A few more clouds Saturday, maybe a rain chance on the south side, and then a couple of showers early on Sunday. Right now, we're showing temperatures in the lower 50s, but it could be warmer. So we're going to be watching that, and we'll fine-tune that for you as we get a little bit closer to it. So here is what we're watching with that 7-day outlook. We have temperatures here on Tuesday at 50 degrees, mix of sun and clouds. Mix of sun and clouds again Wednesday with a high of 59, then cooling back to 54 on Thursday. We go back up to 59 on Friday, and then again, iffy temperatures there for Saturday and Sunday. Right now we're saying lower 50s. Also right now we're going with a low rain chance for Sunday, mainly early. That rain chance at about 30%. But then we think that would all be out of here by Monday, and it cools off again with morning temperatures back to around the freezing mark on Monday morning, with afternoon highs in the lower 50s, which is going to be back to below average. So stay with us through the week, because we will be fine-tuning this forecast for you once we see some more consistency there in the model. So thank you for watching us tonight. Be sure to tune in tonight at 11 o'clock for 11 Alive News. We'll have another update on your forecast with some new model data coming in. We'll have more updates for you throughout the day tomorrow here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. So have a great night. We look forward to seeing you again tonight here at 11 o'clock.